that these tools function differently. So yes, if you were to use these tools like a barbell, you probably wouldn't get the desired result that you want. But if you use them in the context that they were designed to function and to work and be used in programming, I don't see why they couldn't. And I think the research backs it up time and time again. The research debunks the idea that if all we're looking at is load, and we don't look at other areas like stability or other aspects of like that, then we're going to have a misunderstanding of what creates the best stimulus. I mean, the best example I'll give, just in case people are wondering, there's a very famous Finnish study. Basically, they had people do dumbbell and barbell overhead presses, seated and standing, and they wanted to find which one had the most EMG activity of the shoulder muscles. What they found was it was standing and dumbbell pressing activated the shoulder muscles the most. And even the researchers mentioned that it was the exercise with the lowest weight.
Isn't that something?
Why? How does that happen? And I think the very simple explanation is when you have a moderate and reasonable amount of instability, not like you're dancing on one hand and one leg and trying to do a press, that instability forces more muscles to become active, including the ones you're targeting, right? Because I think, again, you and I have used this example many times. Usually, it's very rare to find someone who can barbell bench press and dumbbell bench press the same weight.
Correct.
Same movement. What's the difference? There's just a slight amount of instability with the dumbbells. And so that slight amount of instability forces more muscles in that area to become active. And so it's like, well, now you have a whole new variable to consider when you're talking about when we're now building muscle. Isn't the goal to have that muscle and other muscles be as active as possible?
Especially when you're going for the bodybuilding route.
Right. I mean, if you're telling me that you care about building muscle, that seems to only make sense. So then I get confused. Well, why then would you want to do the opposite, which is try to remove as many muscles involved into the exercise as possible? And usually the answer becomes, well, so-and-so bodybuilder said to do this. And you and I can get a whole discussion where